right? All I have with me is this med bag here. Now, let's say you guys get shot, blown up, anything like that. It is my responsibility to try to stabilize you guys and save your guys' life to get you to this system here, and then from this system go to a hospital or anything like that where they have obviously more resources than we do. These are some of the tools that come in this med bag. It's very limited, but again, it's just to stabilize you quick and get you out, what we call get you off the X. So let's say you're having trouble breathing or something like that. I'm allowed to cut into your throat, and I can put this tube in to try to establish an airway for you. Another tool that we use, let's say you get blown up, you get air inside your lungs or in your chest cavity, I can do what's called the needle D. So this needle right here, I'm going to put it in between your second and third rib. I'm going to go ahead and puncture, and then I'm going to release this needle, and this is going to allow for some of that air to escape, allowing you to breathe a little bit better. Now, the number one reason why most people die out on the battlefield is bleeding. Hemorrhage control is the number one priority that we have while we're out of patrol, and you're going to do that with your tourniquet. So this tourniquet is going to apply to any limb that you needed that. What's cool about us, you know, we work under this medical umbrella that otherwise I wouldn't be able to outside of here. Like, I'm not going to be able to do any of this, you know, to somebody out there. But we can administer medicine, we can administer antibiotics, we can give you IVs, pretty much anything a doctor can do, we work under that umbrella and we can do that. So again, the main goal is to stabilize you guys. Do I have any questions as far as what we do? All right, well, so let's say, thank you for your support. So let's say I stabilize you guys, right, out on the battlefield, we bring you to the system, you would transition into this bed right here, and Agent Tenor will talk a little bit more about that process.
How's it going, everybody? This right here is the STP bed. So once the patient is taken care of out in the field, we'll bring them over here and we'll put them on one of these beds. We usually have about three to four of these beds set up in one of these tents, and we have about 2 to 3 corpsmen working each bed with a provider walking around all the beds, making sure everything's going correctly. So when a patient gets set down, one of the corpsmen on one side of the bed will start IVs and do all the lines. They'll do the IVs and put on all the monitors from our machine right here. So heart rate, blood pressure, all the vital signs that we're going to need. And they'll also put on the defib pads just in case the patient starts going down and we might have to shock them and bring them back. The other corpsman on the other side is going to be scanning the rest of the body for any other injuries or any other bleeding that we're going to obviously need to stop very quickly. And the person that's at the head of the bed is focusing mainly on the airway and the head. Normally if a patient starts going down, we can kind of see in their face or their eyes, we can kind of see what's about to happen. So we can start reacting very, very quickly. So from here, we're going to stabilize the patient as best we can. And either get them ready for a helicopter to fly out to a major hospital in Germany or Kuwait or something like that, or they might actually come all the way back to like maybe say Bethesda in Maryland, or we're going to stabilize them well enough to take them back into the surgery room that we have. A couple of the different instruments that we're going to have right here is a fluid warmer. So if a patient's hypothermic, very, very cold, we're going to put the IV lines through this right here, and it's going to warm up any of the fluids that we're going to put in that person's body. It could be just normal saline, normal IV fluids, or it could be like the blood product that if they've lost a lot of blood and we got to get them blood, and we want to warm them up so they don't go into shock, we'll put it through this machine. We have a suction machine in case they have extreme bleeding and we need to find kind of where it's at. We'll suction up the blood and kind of find, there's the hole, plug that hole up. And then we have a ventilator in case they do need that artificial breathing, they're not breathing on their own. We'll hook them up to a ventilator and it will help them even further get them breathing correctly. This machine right here is just, any of the medications that they want, if it's over a time period that's going to be pushed, instead of just taking the medication and pushing it very fastly, if they do it right here, they can set it up and it will slowly administer it at whatever interval they set it to. And those are just a few of the items that we're trained to use here. And then once they're stable enough, they'll head on back to surgery, and H2 Gonzalez is back in the OR, and he can explain to you guys everything that goes on in the OR and the surgery.
I wanted to ask,
what blood type they are.
So,
in an emergency.
For blood types, we carry it on our dog tags. It'll say like A positive, B positive, or everybody is typed that that's with your unit and you're going out with. Their blood type is on file, and we have that. The lab tech has that, and they have all the blood ready to go. And they're like, all right, if this patient comes in, this is the blood they're gonna get.
And they organized that when you went to the Navy.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
wonderful. Thank you. It takes a special person to do
Thank you for the support.
I wanted to ask, do they still use the old style shock paddles, or they use the pads nowadays?
So usually they use the pads, but they do have paddles. They might have it in here. Not on that side. Let me check the other side for you. Excuse me real quick. You see the pads right there?
Yeah.
So they do still have like the older pad style, but normally it's they'll put the pads on instead of the paddles.
Okay. I'm guessing the pads have more of an effective efficiency to them.
Yeah, so with the pads, since they're sticking on the body, we can leave them, and we don't have to worry about charging up. We got them all charged. Okay, boom. Then with the pads, we can just set it and forget about it until we have to actually use them.
Okay. Yeah, I was asking because I took CPR and AED a while back, so I'm familiar with the pad system that they
Yep.
use.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
I would like to check this out. That's why I wanted to take it and put give you some knowledge and all that, you know?
I told him, I was like, yo, I got so much good stuff here. I got better stuff in the hospital.
They do.
I was like, yo,
And it smells cleaner.
I was like, yo, if I'm dying, I'm coming over here.
They condensed 5 years of medical school.
And this is where the battalion coins are I was telling you about. I'm looking for where they have the hats and everything.
Oh, they got an ace. They got that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, you got the
3D print and everything.
The i7 processor. It's lit.
That's awesome. That's a sergeant rank, right?
This is the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps training. Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps came on the ship earlier, and he seen a Navy insignia, and he says, why don't I have one of those? So we're making one for him.
Yeah. I was making 3D models in school. My old days. I went to 2 high schools, and I was making subway cars. I made an Abrams with it and everything.
You mean the NYPD sergeant came on and asked where it is?
Is that?
You said the NYPD sergeant came on and asked where it is?
Oh, one of their sergeants.
NYPD, I'm like, my man, your shit is right there. You know?
Yeah, unfortunately, if it wasn't for my asthma, I would probably be up here with you guys. I tried every single branch. I can't get it.
Yeah, he's always trying to knowledge me about the military stuff.
I've been trying to get him up here for the longest, and I said, okay, we're gonna go.
Listen, I just came in to see my Huey. There's no Huey on green tape.
There's no Huey here.
All right, then I guess we got to go out the door then.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.